AZAHAZZAR, the Demon King. What's up, everybody? Mythic Legions, 4 Horsemen. Check that out. You got some artwork there of Alithia and Necronominus, so that's dope. Then on the back, we've got Poxus. Still got to pick him up because I really think he's dope. Got him. Gotta get him. Got him. All right, let's get him out. The insert background artwork, which is really, really nice. I'm digging all the purple. This would be great on a shelf if you wanted it for a backdrop. All right. That's a massive dude, yo. That is a massive dude. Let's take out the ruler real quick. And I mean, if you go to the horns, he's 11 inches. If you go to kind of like the root of the horn here, he's 10 inches tall. To the base of the skull, or to the top of the skull there, 9.5 inches tall. That's a massive, massive dude. Another thing that I wasn't sure about with him, because I never am sure about hooves on action figures, it was he going to stand well with easy balance, you know? But you kind of just put him down and he'll stand because, yeah, they're hooves, but look at how long they are. And because he's so tall, they are pretty thick, and it gives him a really nice base. So you're not going to have any problem standing with him there. He has this massive magic, I'm going to guess it's magic, staff. The interesting thing about this staff is that it's yellow and blue. Yellow and blue, you combine it, makes you green. It makes the color green for you. And that just so happens to be, well, perfect little quick segue. That just happens to be the colors of his uncombined form. So you got the yellow and the blue. Interesting little attention to detail there. I wonder if this magic staff has something to do with that transformation and that metamorphosis. We're going to look at them closer during the comparison, but I just wanted to highlight that right there as I kind of like just noticed it. Very cool. Also comes with some magic effects. And this is a thick green. If you put light to it, I mean, light will go through it, but you see it's very thick. You get 2 of them for either hand. He has weapon holding hands, and then he has a pair of emotive style magic casting hands or strangling hands, you know, or whatever. He could be scratching his chin. This piece is removable, giving him just a staff. It also separates there where he could have actually a pair of sticks, one with a pointed edge and one with just 2 dull edges. So that's a nice little multi-purpose weapon. And in a situation like that, could he do the iconic pose of Conan? I did give this figure some of the warmth treatment. I have a hot air dryer here, and I just kind of like heated it up to make sure I don't break anything. I've broken about 3 figures exactly in 2024 after not breaking any figures for like 3.5 years since coming back to collecting. So I'm being very careful. And you know what? I'm going to give him props here on the Conan pose. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give him an, I'm going to say, I mean, you know what? And this isn't even a proper sword, okay? But in terms of the range right here at the elbow, you get 90. That's a massive bicep, you know? Look at those lines. I'm going to say, look at that. Wow, that's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him a solid 8 on that. Heck yes. This armor here is removable. These are pauldron pieces that insert to the sockets there. If you want to see the look without it. Oh, wow, he's got some nice big spikes back here. Very dope. From what I understand, this reacts to black light or UV lighting. I'm not really sure. One of the two, or maybe both, or maybe I'm completely wrong. And these horns are soft. This is a floating armor piece. This is a skirt piece. And the hips are ball joints. Beautiful, man, beautiful. So of course you're gonna get swivel at the upper thigh. You'll get swivel at the knee. That's wonderful, man. Because I had an experience with a previous figure where it had like a cylinder that connected the hips, and I had the misfortune that my figure would get stuck at the hip. So it made me not like that mechanism, but this new mechanism works absolutely wonderfully. You know who this figure reminds me of? I wonder if they'll ever do a red one, like a demon. You know, but if this is a half giant scale, like let's just assume, let's just say for example, this is a half giant scale. If they did a full giant, which would be bigger, obviously, I don't know how much bigger. If they did a red one, you know who this kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of Darkness from the movie Legend, even though he's green. Wonderful looking figure, wonderful looking figure. In terms of what you're going to get here, you're going to get less than 90 because of the size of the armor here for the calf. I wonder if they would ever consider giving Valiant Knight style articulation to these really large figures. Some of the things that I noticed while I was messing around with them here, these wraps are actually completely removable. So that means that in 2024, we got Mythic Legions figures that have full bare arms. Look at that. That is a full bare arm. Look at that sculpting. And we also have figures in the brute scale that have a full bare lower leg. So that's dope. You know, if you want to see what it looks like without a wrap on, you know, one side no wrap, one side with a wrap. That is really dope. So we're very close to, I mean, well, then again, this scale is very different than the brute scale, but, you know, they're venturing into the realm of all bare for a buck, a complete buck. And that's pretty dope, pretty dope. So let's get this back on. Articulation in the head, pretty generous. He's gonna get up to look at the blood moon. He's gonna look down. Let's see what we got going on here. Wow, wow. Is that the same waist articulation as with the Valiant Knight? Check that out. Holy wows. So you could totally get him sitting and looking forward. Check that out. Check that out. That is dope. That is dope. Boom. Now I want to do a walking pose. See what the balance is like. We're going to move down there a little bit. I'm going to adjust the light. But man, I really dig the crouch he has going on. You see he's balanced there. I'm going to move him around so you could see what I mean. But that's just a really wonderful looking crouch. Look at that. If he was bopping an enemy over the head right there, look at that. Super dope, man. I have these little Articulation figures here. They're like 1/35th scale or something. Look at that, bro. Talk about the Demon King. The Demon King versus the little soldier there. Savage. 1/18 scale. Boom, boom, boom. If he was coming after him in the hallway, that's what you would see. Knockout, knockout. He feels strong in all the joints, but I've come to expect that with Mythic Legions. This thing is a stunner. It's a stunner, chicken dunner. I like the idea of him walking around with two of these. Since he has the two flasks on his staff. I like the idea of him having 2 of these. It would be nice if half of this, maybe the lower half were all gold and the upper half were this machined blue, steel, and green. But this as is dope. But I like him with that like that. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yo, Mythic Legions is rocking 2024, bro. 4 Horsemen Studios, bro. With Cosmic Legions also. They rocking 2024, bro. Shout out to all the independent toy makers out there, bro. So let's go ahead and jump into today's theme comparison. And for that, we're sticking with action figures with horns. And as it turns out, I don't really have any other toy lines with action figures with horns. So I'm going to bring out AZAHAZZAR, one of the Demon Brothers. And that is, of course, the blue version. And you see him rocking some lovely purple. I'm going to bring out his brother, AZAHZZAR, the yellow version. The yellow version. I have an extra AZAHZZAR because I wanted to do a Wolverine custom for my younger brother. And I'm going to do that one day. I'm also going to bring out a Pop and Swap custom that I made. And this character's name is Razzar. Because, you know, you had to keep it in the whole family of the name there. And Razzar's story is that he's actually not decided on being fully demon. He's actually torn in his transformation. And that's why you see him part demon and still part knight form. Next up, I will bring out Demistros, which was a, I believe, PowerCon exclusive, but I didn't make it again this year, but they were kind enough to send me the figures that I bought in advance. So how dope is that? This is him here with the translucent green head and hands, and he does have horns. I don't know if he has any direct connection to AZAHAZZAR, AZAHZZAR, or Razzar, but he's dope, and he has horns. We already saw brute scale figures, so to wrap up for today for the comparison, I'm going to bring out Swig, or an extra version of Swig that I have, and I've painted them all up in gold and purple. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and so many other great Lakers, but not any of the current ones. Hell yes, very dope. Hell yes, pun intended. Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum. Final impressions on AZAHAZZAR, home run. This is a home run, wonderful figure. As you can see, he's a big boy. He's kind of like a centerpiece figure, character in your collection. And he is absolutely wonderful, bro. He's dope to look at. I do have a black light. I don't know where it is, but I don't have a UV light. I don't know if that's the same thing either. But if it works with my black light, then I'm going to put it in the shorts. But otherwise, dope figure. As always, everybody, thank you so much for coming out and sharing in the experience of collecting toys as an adult. And I hope you're able to keep coming back and share some experiences too. Until next time, everybody. Thank goodness it's playtime.